Hi there, in today's experiment we're going to create a brand new stove that you can use for cooking, for boiling, for heat, and for light. It's extremely compact and you can build it in no time with things that you probably already have in your home. So let's get started. It's going to be a stove with a grill on top that uses Crisco. Now don't say, oh, that's not hot enough, because this stove with Crisco is going to be completely different. It's going to burn a lot hotter than what you think. Now the first thing I need is coffee. We always need to have our coffee. Now this is a chock full of nuts coffee can, and the diameter is just a smidgen over 6 inches. From inside to inside is 6 inches. By the way, the same width as this little grill, 6 inches. And look how that fits in there perfectly. It's like it was made for it. I wonder if Chock Full of Nuts has a barbecue department. Well, anyways, this little grill will fit in there. So that's why we're going to make this the stove. But we need to get the fuel in here. So how are we going to do that? Well, let me show you. We're going to take the lid off this thing. That's the hardest part, is to get the lid off these things. There we go. And if you notice, the lid on the inside has a lip. You can leave it there, but to make it a little easier, I want to take that lip off. And you'll see why when I get this thing going. So we're going to go ahead and take the lip off just with a can opener. And by the way, the only tools you need for this are a can opener like this and a can opener like this. How simple is that? No screwdrivers, no knives. Oops. Let's see if is this thing coming off. Now what we do is we need to melt this so it goes in there. Now, yeah, that can be a tough thing. You can't put this in a microwave, by the way, because it has metal. It has metal on the bottom and metal on the top. So don't put it in the microwave. And this, by the way, is cardboard. All right, so what I'm going to do, you're going to go, oh no, I'm going to heat it up. But what I have is a little stove here, and we're going to put it on very, very low heat. I just want to loosen it a bit so I can get it warm around the sides and the bottom. And we're going to try to dump it in here. Now that's why I call it an experiment, because most of these crazy things I try to do like this don't work. So we're going to see if I'm going to be able to dump that in there, if it's going to get warm enough. We're doing it without getting it everywhere, number one. And we're going to see if it's not going to burn and catch on fire, number two. Okay, how hot is this getting here? I'm going to kind of, as that's going, I'm going to massage it a bit. It's actually kind of breaking along the sides. I'm hoping that this heating it on the bottom and breaking it on the sides is going to make it want to come out a little easier. What do you think? Let's go ahead and give it a shot. Are you ready for this? Let's see, you gotta go like this and go like this. And it was heating on the bottom. Ooh, the bottom is hot. That's why I said I would have liked to have gloves. It worked! Ha ha! See how it all came right out? Now that I did this, okay, we're going to move this to the side. I don't want to get grease everywhere. You ever notice how there's always a paper towel shortage? So we're going to take those and put them right there. Now what I'm going to do, so I'm going to get the Chock Full of Nuts label off, so I can actually heat that up to get this shortening to melt in the middle. Now, as you notice, the shortening and this bucket aren't the same size, okay? So the shortening is probably going to displace a lot less room in here. I'm hoping it's going to come to about here or so. You can always add more shortening if you want later. So I took some time to melt this a little bit, and as you know, I put this whole container, and then I went back and put this container in too. So it has the big one and the small one, and this is how much I came up with. So you can see it's filled up a little more than 3/4 of the way, because I want to have some room to be able to put some holes in here. So that's the next step. What I'm going to do for when this gets burning, I need to have some ventilation holes. So I'm going to use this little doohickey here. I think that's what they call it, a doohickey. And we're going to make holes in it. I'm trying to find a way to do it so you can actually see what I'm doing. So let me see if I can find another way to do it that'd be simpler. There we go. Unfortunately, the can is actually thin, so it's not really, doesn't really have the strength to do this. So I'm going to see if I can push some of it back out. There we go. It will allow me to push some of it back out. It's always a shame when you make something look so nice and then you start to destroy it by putting holes in it. So we have ventilation holes at the top. Now I got to get my wicks in there. How am I going to do that? I made these wicks downstairs rather than using candles. Okay, you could just take string, which is what I did, cut them 6-inch deep. I melted wax and just dipped them in the wax so they have a little solidness to them. And what I'm going to do, I got some sticks. I'm going to take a stick. I'm going to stick, let's see, let me look at it. One right down in the center. Okay, so you can see how that goes. Oops, it's not straight. I want to get it fairly straight. So when I take that out, I could actually take a wick and put my wick down in the center. See? There we go. And I'm going to have 4 around it. So there's 1. That's all I'm doing is just making a hole. A little closer so hopefully you can see some of this. 1, making a hole. Pulling it out, I can't see and show you at the same time. 2. Number 3. You can see it's still wet there. It's still going to solidify more. And number 4. There we go. So actually I have 5 wicks altogether. Now those wicks are too long. If I light them up like that, they're going to smoke like crazy. Couldn't. So there we go. We have the candle with all 4 wicks. So we're going to let that solidify a little bit more and clean up the mess that is me. What's left? Well, we just need to light it and use it, which we'll do outdoors. And look, notice how this has a big lip on the inside? This little grill will fit right in there. Now, if you don't have a grill that's 6 inches, I did leave a link in the description below where you can order one on Amazon if you like, or you can just get some stainless steel mesh, something that's a little sturdy, maybe the one with the little quarter or 1/8 inch holes, and draw a circle around it and cut it, and it'll fit right on this lip as well. So with that, let's go see how it works. This is pretty cool. Here we are outside getting ready to cook dinner with our stove. Here's what it came out like, and that's the great thing about the coffee cans. You have a little handy little cover to make it nice and portable. So all you need to do is go ahead and give her a light. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Like I said, they're going to burn pretty sooty at first until they seek their level. In the meantime, what's for dinner? So in today's Chef Rainey cooking corner, we are going to have Campbell's Chunky New England Clam Chowder. No folks, this is not sponsored, but it should be. You hear that, Campbell's? So let's go ahead and open up the clam chowder. Hey, I'm in Maine. I'm a seafood person. I've been wanting chowder, so I said, I want chowder. It's dinner time. I'm doing a video. Why not do them all at the same time? So let's put that in here. Oh boy. Oh boy.
It's soupy.
Yeah, soupier than I thought. Should I say clammier than I thought? Whoops. This all went out. It's actually pretty windy out here. You can't really tell, but let's get this all going again. What I had done is I put the rack so the little pointy parts are down for right now, just to see which works more, because we don't know how high the flame's going to go. It has quite a bit of ventilation. You can see inside those holes, and we'll see how we do. That's pretty good. Oh, sorry about that. Hey there. Well, good news and bad news. Good news, it did cook. Bad news, took longer than I expected. It actually took about, I'd say, what, 23 minutes. The candle wicks that I put in there, remember the fuel was still wet. They kept on getting wet and sagging down and going out. So my suggestion is wait till it's completely set up before you use it. I think if I were to do it again, I would actually get those long candles and stick the entire candles in, rather than just the wicks, because they'll be more solid, they'll stand up, and they'll have that added wax to keep it going. But if you like clam chowder, oh, that's the heater. But if you like clam chowder, it'll work great. It will boil water if you want. With the water, what I would suggest doing, well, I don't have the cup over here, but put your cup in, and that's the nice thing about the grill. You can put it right over there. So it's a great thing for a power outage. If it's a short power outage, you could cook on it, use it for light. If it's a long power outage, you're going to have probably a little over 2 weeks, because instead of using one container, it took 1.5. So it might be closer to 3 weeks of continual light. Now, will it heat an entire room? Probably a small room. It'll make a few degrees difference, so it will help. But bottom line, this is about the longest burning stove, candle, light out of any of the prepper things you're going to find.
You have a little chowder up here.
Oh. I'm being told I don't wear my food well. So with that, I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions of what you think could make it better, let me know in the comments below. And remember, when it's all done, you just take off the rack, you cover it up, let it cool off first, and you're all set for next time. So you can just store it somewhere in the cupboard, and it's all ready to go. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye now. Can I eat now?
I want some. Not getting nothing.